If you saw my last video setting up Starlink, you'll know that I get great download speeds even though my house is in the middle of nowhere, which means there's no phone or regular internet service here at all. But that is only inside the house. The minute I step out here, outside the big stone walls, there is nothing. And that is a problem I thought was going to be expensive to fix, but I think we've got a solution. So right now I get 300 megabits per second from the satellite to my living room. Because the internal walls of my house are so thick, I've got Eero boxes dotted everywhere. And that works. I still get 200 megabits per second all over the place. But the external walls are even thicker, so the minute I step outside, I get nothing. Basically, it's a dead zone. Now I did briefly consider using this, the new Eero 7 Outdoors. It would work perfectly with my indoor Eero system. Unfortunately, it's only available in America and it cost $400. By the time I imported one, it would cost me 4 or 5 times the cost of a standard unit. And given I'd probably need more than one to send Wi-Fi in all directions, it's just not going to happen.
So instead, here's the plan. We're going to see if it's possible to stick a regular indoor internet mesh device outside. We aren't looking to get massive range out of it, we just need Wi-Fi to be available in the immediate area around the house, and the existing Eero 6 Plus models that we use should be perfectly capable of doing that. Now we have a couple of existing Ring cameras that are wired through the wall into an upstairs cupboard, so we measured down from the existing holes there to work out where to put our new one, and then drilled through the wall with an 800mm SDS bit. Walls on the front of the house are around 650mm, while walls on the back and side of the house are around 1 meter, so this was an easier one to start with. And here are the bits we're using: some cheap waterproof external boxes from Amazon and a pack of Eero 6 Plus devices, the same as we already use internally, and then a bunch of stuff to make up the internet cabling to link the internal box with the external one. First job was to get the power lead for the Eero box and its internet cable through the wall, so we simply poked a thin metal bar through, taped the wires onto it and then pulled it back out. The weatherproof box then needed drilling for fixing points and a larger hole for the wires to pass through. And then it was simply fixed to the wall with the smallest fittings we could get away with. Installation things is now complete, and doesn't it look nice and neat? So a bit of a recap on what we've got here. This is one of the many Eero 6 Plus boxes that live inside the house that all talk to each other and give us great Wi-Fi internally. It is now hardwired through into the cupboard and then through into the outside world, where it is plugged into the Eero 6 Plus box that now lives on the outside wall. And according to my app, they're talking to each other. They're just working fine. Got a Wi-Fi signal out there. What it looks like is this little waterproof box inside the Eero 6 Plus, and it fits absolutely perfectly in there with a bit of room for the wiring to come out the top and go out through into the wall. In case you're thinking, oh, it can't get the signal out, it's inside a plastic box, this flimsy plastic will make no difference to the Wi-Fi signal at all. Certainly no significant difference. The thing lives inside a plastic box anyway. This came in a pack of 3, which is why I've got a spare one, got another one downstairs. So if this whole process works, because we also got 3 boxes, we can try it on the other sides of the walls of the house as well. So everything working, in theory, the next step is for Jen to go outside, across the stream, up into the field, and see if she's getting a signal.
Okay, so before, when I stepped out the house, there was no bars on my phone. And I can already see that I have bars on my phone, so that is a good start. I'm gonna go all the way to the top of our field and see if the bars remain, and if they do, what we get on a speed test. Okay, so this is as far as we're gonna get. Let's do a speed test. Okay, 100 megabits per second. That's pretty good going for the top of the field. Yeah, happy with that. It has been a few days now since we completed the project, and it's working really well. I'm actually stood at the side of our house and I'm getting a pretty good signal. So now we know it works, the plan is to repeat the process on the back of the house and the side of the house, which also means we'll be able to put a box here on the side of the barn, allowing us to get Wi-Fi in there too.
Which is great because in here is soon going to be our gym. Now, would hardwiring the internet signal into here be better? Yes, it would. And that will be happening later next year at some stage. But in conjunction, we're doing some work on the drive, which is in real need of some drainage solutions. And we'll be doing it all at the same time because we can hide the internet cables inside the drains. In the meantime, the wireless solution is absolutely fine. 200 megabits per second in here is all we need. Is it as good as if we'd got the Outdoor 7 Aero model shipped across from the States? Maybe not, but it's an awful lot cheaper and it does all that we need of it. And as DIY projects go here, that's a roaring success. So hit like, hit subscribe. There's loads more very cool stuff coming up on this channel, including the next big project, which is going to be in here in the barn, where we are going to be trying to get it back to its kind of former glory and doing it in the style that they would have done when they built the place in the first place, hundreds of years ago. By which I mean stuff like lime, mortar and stone. I don't mean that we'll actually be doing it while slightly malnourished and looking at America and wondering if they can form any sort of system of sensible government. We won't be malnourished anyway.